Some of you may have heard about the recent suicide attempts in Attawapiskat in Canada, a First Nations reserve. So recently, 11 people attempted to commit suicide. So the leaders declared a state of emergency. Just to put some more context into it, there have been 100 plus suicides since last October. And this is a community of 2,000 people. Over the last several years, there have been 700 plus suicides, which is outrageous in a population of 2,000. So Health Canada has sent mental health counselors as well as medical assistants to help. Attawapiskat, a First Nations reserve in Canada, they have high unemployment, they have a history of substance abuse, overcrowding, and mental health issues. The chief himself is homeless. A 12 case of Coke, for example, may cost $5 in a big city, at Metro or Northfields, for example. At Attawapisk, it can cost $22 plus for a 12 can of Coke. For fruits and vegetables, they get subsidies to help drive down the price. However, it's still double the price of what you and I would pay in the city. Upon hearing the story, I was thinking to myself, how on earth could the government let something like this happen? I mean, it's supposed to be government for the people, for all of Canada. It just amazed me. And to be honest, before the story, I was ignorant towards how First Nations communities had it. I didn't understand that there were such health issues and drug substance issues and lack of infrastructure for housing. It just amazed me that it seems like Canada has tossed them aside. Well, some may say that the government has tried to help in the past. For example, a few years back when the Harper government was in power, they gave $1.8 million to Attawapiskat to help towards their housing crisis. When the Harper government went back in 2014 to audit how the money was spent, they couldn't find documentation. They couldn't find documentation to prove that the money had been spent towards the housing crisis. And they came to find that a lot of individuals in the community still had a lack of infrastructure for housing. But yes, Attawapiskat, the leaders that were in charge of using that money towards a crisis, should get some of that blame. However, I believe the government's to blame as well. These are individuals that have lived on these reserves for most of their life, if not all of their lives. They don't exactly know how to use $1.8 million towards effectively and efficiently spending it towards a housing crisis. That's my opinion. I believe that the government should have provided counselors as well as advisors to help allocate the money. Help them efficiently and effectively use that money towards the housing crisis. The fact is, the government needs to do more. That we, as a people, need to hold the government accountable.